Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Good morning. Greetings, friends, and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben. Nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being, and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds, recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. No doctors required. No medical model required. No prescription drugs required. It does it on its own. It heals, renews, regenerates. It does it on a divine basis. It heals and renews itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you. Let us show you how simple and how easy health can be. If you're dealing with a degenerative disease crisis of any kind, let us help you change your life today. Let us help you change the lives of loved ones, friends, and family members today as well. Our phone number is 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010, and try to get on board early so we can get to as many calls as possible. We'll get your calls in our second segment, the end of our second segment. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised or recommended on the program, you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. And ask them about joining the Brightside Ben team as well for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a longevity business, earn thank you checks right off your home office and other expenses associated with your business, or you can just get your products at the wholesale price if you so desire. Call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. They can tell you all about it, or you can head over to my website, brightsideben.com, and click on the Join the Team link. You can also go to my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories as well as blog posts, or you can go to criticalhealthnews.com and sign up right off the website. You can also purchase any of the longevity products right off the website as well. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number today on the Bright Side. Last we spoke, we were talking about the relationship of nitrates to the skin, to healthy skin. More and more, many skin anti-aging strategies and skin anti-aging ingredients are being linked to nitric oxide. On our last Bright Side episode, we talked about using veggies as skin masks to upregulate and improve nitric oxide. You can make yourself a nice mask-type product by blending up veggies, spinach, parsley, nitrate-rich veggies. Add in a little coconut oil, maybe some avocado in a food processor. You might want to add some beetroot, which is not only a wonderful source of nitrates, but also has vitamin A-like compounds in it, as well as hydroxy acids, both of which are very important and tremendously skin-friendly. Alpha-hydroxy acids, retinoids, or vitamin A-like compounds that are in beet. You add them up with your nitrates and some coconut oil and avocado. If you add a little heat, you can release the nitrates into the avocado and the coconut oil and mash the whole thing up with a potato masher. You get yourself a nice paste, and voila, you'll have yourself your own nitrate-rich, nitric oxide-boosting skin mask. If you add in some kiwi or papaya, you can get enzymes that'll help improve the penetration of the nitrates into the skin. And, of course, you'll also get vitamin C in the kiwi and the papaya that will improve the effects of the nitrates. The basic concept here is that by adding nitrates to your skin topically, by putting nitrates on top of your skin, you can upregulate or improve nitric oxide production in the skin, enhancing circulation in the skin. And this can be very helpful for keeping skin cells healthy, as skin cells are exposed to more blood. Nitric oxide means more blood supply. Keep in mind, the health of the skin and the health of the entire body is dependent on the health of the cells. The health of the skin is dependent on the health of skin cells. The health of the body is dependent on the health of the cells. And the health of the cells is dependent on the movement and the flow of blood. And the movement and the flow of blood is improved and enhanced by the action of nitrates via nitric oxide. And ultimately, nitrates and nitrites that precede nitric oxide are going to be key players in how healthy or how not healthy we are. This notion of the relationship of the movement of blood and the movement of circulatory fluids, which includes the lymph, the relationship of blood and lymph movement to overall health, it's, in my opinion, the single most important thing that we need to understand and that we're going to want to leverage or exploit if we're going to be able to maintain health and if we're going to be able to reverse or prevent the disease process. The bright side is all about simplicity. It's about taking all the complex mumbo-jumbo that is spewed out of the mouths of the ignorant medical model and really the ignorant representatives of the medical model. The bright side is about simplicity. It's about framing all of this complexity in a way that's easy for us all to understand. You don't need a medical degree to understand health. This is what the bright side is all about. It's about demystification, deconfusion, deobfuscation of the medical model that wants us helpless, that wants us ignorant. The bright side is about simplicity. It's about allowing us to take care of our health and wellness ourselves. The simplicity is something we got to get used to because we're not encouraged to believe in simplicity. We're encouraged to be confused. We're led to believe by vested interests, by interests that profit on our ignorance, we're led to believe that our bodies are complicated and confusing affairs, and how our body breaks down requires diagnostics and testing and some medical priest, some medical authority who can interpret this whole convoluted mess for us. And I'm here to tell you that the idea of the complicated nature of health is silly, and even worse, it's self-serving. It creates this hierarchical model, this authority trip, this authority and arrogance and hierarchy and a sense of helplessness and fear and frustration that really flies in the face of what's true and ultimately disempowers all of us. And it's not fair. It's flat out rude. To put it simply, to cut to the chase, good health is preceded by movement, good movement, fluid movement, the efficient movement of fluids throughout the body. It's called fluid dynamics. Or in the body, it's called hemodynamics, which is the movement of blood. Hemo meaning blood. Hemodynamics, the dynamic nature of blood. There are 100 trillion cells in the body, and they all depend on the circulatory fluids, the blood and the lymph, the movement of the blood and the lymph. All of the cells in the body depend on the movement of blood and lymph for their well-being. All health is cell health, and all disease is cell disease. And cell health and cell disease is nothing more than a reflection of the status of the nutrition, the oxygen, and the accumulation of the toxicity in the blood and ultimately in the cells. And by the way, when I say toxicity, I'm including sugar. Yes, sugar. Rice and potatoes, as they break down into sugar and starches and breads and pastas, not to mention desserts and soda pop, all of these sources of sweets and sugars and starches ultimately will be reflected as toxicity in the blood and ultimately as toxicity in the cells. Sugar and toxins and lack of nutrition and lack of oxygen represent sources of clogging of blood. And ultimately, this clogging of blood will depress the movement of blood. As blood becomes clogged, the circulatory system doesn't move as well. Same with the lymph. As the lymph becomes clogged, the lymph doesn't move as well. And remember, it's the blood and the lymph that are delivering nutrients, oxygen, and detoxifying the system. So as these fluids become clogged from too much toxicity, most especially entering through the digestive system, whether it's in the form of crappy food or poorly processed food or sugar, as the system becomes clogged, cells don't get their nutrients and they don't get detoxified, and we get sick. And on top of all of that, as the fluids are circulating through the body, they're supposed to generate an electrical charge. So when the fluids don't circulate as effectively, we get less electrical charge as well. This is all sickness, you guys. This is all disease, and none of it is a doctor issue. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. Our number today, 844-236-6010. We'll take a break and come back right after this.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
So you've been listening to Pharmacist Ben and Dr. Wallach for a long time now, and you're wondering if longevity really works. Hi, my name is Adam. I'm an employee at GCN, and I've been using longevity products for over 2 years now. Call me today to hear my story at 612-695-5982. You too can lose weight, experience increased energy, and feel better about yourself and the future of your family. Call today, 612-695-5982. That's 612-695-5982.
We the people grow cotton, weave fabric, engrave ink, embed strips and fibers to protect from counterfeit and carting to a private bank, having it lent back at interest, forcing taxes to service debt. This capitalism, or was Jefferson correct when stating a central bank issuing the public currency is a greater menace to the liberties of the people than a standing army? Hi, Ted Anderson. I'm placing a free silver dollar in a book that explains our monetary system. Call for your copy, 800-686-2237. It's time to understand the system. Call 800-686-2237. That's 800-686-2237.
Good people need help. The Homeowners Association said we had weeds and fined us $25. We told them they had the wrong house. They said if we didn't pay it, they'd file a lien. Our attorney demanded photographs, witnesses, and told them if they couldn't provide this, they must cease and desist. Issue solved. Worry less and live more with lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com or call 855-340-SAVE. That's 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
We love that you're passionate about GCN. And whether you're a listener, a business owner, or a radio industry professional, we've redesigned the new GCN newsletter to keep you in the know. Get updates on your favorite GCN shows and hosts. Go to GCNlive.com and click on the banner in the upper left corner. Just for signing up, you're automatically entered for monthly giveaways. Start receiving your newsletter today. The future of talk radio. GCN.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
A little right, a little left, but always independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network, GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll get your phone calls here momentarily. Just want to say a couple more things about, I actually got a lot to say about nitrates and nitrites and oils, but we got a full board here, so I'm going to try to get to our calls here in just a couple of minutes. So hang tight. A couple of things here about nitrates and nitrites. So let's see, where were we last? Circulation. It's all about the circulatory system. This idea, the relevance of blood and lymphatic circulation, becomes easy to understand when you understand that all the cells of the body, you got 100 trillion cells of the body, are dependent on the movement of blood and the movement of lymph for their nutrition, for their oxygen, and for their detoxification. And also via this idea of the relevance of the movement of blood and lymph, the relevance of the circulatory fluids, circulatory movement of fluids throughout the body, it becomes easy to understand that health is none of your doctor's business. Health is not a medical issue. If you believe that sickness and wellness are a medical concern, if you believe that sickness and wellness are a doctor concern, you've been suckered. You've been conned. You've drank the Kool-Aid. Health is our business and our business only. With the exception of emergency surgery or perhaps infections, with the exception of traumatic or mechanical injury, health is not a doctor concern. Health is our business, and that's what the Bright Side is all about. It's about empowering us to take care of our own health. Eliminating and preventing disease is our business, and it's largely dependent on the movement of fluids. So to sum up, nitrates and nitrites in their plant and veggie form are a very good thing, sources of nitrogen and nitric oxide. They're important for creating a healthy circulatory system, for maintaining healthy circulation. This is one of the major keys to staying healthy and getting healthy. And by the way, we're learning more and more about this. Just a couple of days ago in the New England Journal of Medicine, there was an article about the importance of vegetable drinks for hypertension, for high blood pressure, drinking veggie juices for hypertension and high blood pressure. If you've been listening to The Bright Side, and this just come as no surprise to you, because you know that when you drink your veggie juices, when you drink your beet juice or your parsley juice or your spinach juice, your nitric oxide levels go up, and that improves your circulatory system or circulatory health, and that can reduce high blood pressure, and it can improve heart health. And by the way, when you're increasing or you're ingesting nitrates to increase your nitric oxide, it's always a good idea to mix your veggies with a little bit of oil. Even if you're drinking a veggie juice, put a little bit of coconut oil in your veggie juice. Certainly if you're eating salads, it's a good idea to put a little bit of coconut oil or butter or vegetable oil, a good quality oil, on your salad. Make sure your oil is kept fresh. Make sure your oil is in the fridge. Make sure it's in a dark bottle. And by the way, this brings me to a subject that I've been getting a lot of letters on, and it's the subject of edible oils and nutritional oils. Personally, in my opinion, there are a lot of valuable nutritional elements in oils. And when it comes to nitrates, there's actually a very important and an interesting chemical reaction that occurs between nitrates and oil. When nitrates from vegetables, from spinach and parsley and kale and beet and all pretty much all vegetables are going to have a certain nitrate content to them. When the nitrates in the vegetables contact the oils, they produce something called NFAs, or nitro fatty acids. Now, you haven't heard about nitro fatty acids because we've only really known about NFAs, nitro fatty acids, for a few years. We've only really known about nitric oxide for 20, 25 years. So when nitrates hit the oils, whether you're using coconut oil or whether you're using a good vegetable oil, olive oil, macadamia nut oil, whatever it is, when these vegetable nitrates contact the oils, they produce these nitro fatty acids, NFAs. And NFAs are thought to be responsible for a lot of the well-known benefits associated with the Mediterranean diet, with eating lots of salads. The Mediterranean diet in particular is a high salad oil diet. It's a combination of lots of veggies and olive oil. And it's thought these days anyway by some researchers that the Mediterranean diet benefits result from a combination of the vegetables and the olive oil. The NFAs that are formed when the vegetable oil hits the vegetables are anti-inflammatory, they protect cells, they're especially important for the circulatory system, and they keep blood flowing smoothly. And NFAs are not really found in great abundance in the body, but you can actually bump up your NFAs by eating them. The soil in the Mediterranean area is a volcanic soil. It's very rich in nitrates and nitrites. It's filled with nutrients that the nitrogen-fixing bacteria can thrive on, and ultimately the olives and the avocados and the carrots and the beets and the celery that grow in the Mediterranean soil can absorb these nitrogen compounds and make their own nitrates, and then when you mix the veggies with oil, you get your NFAs, your nitro fatty acids that are so important for the heart and the blood vessels. And by the way, NFAs are just one of the benefits to using quality, fresh, cold-pressed, kept in the dark, kept in the refrigerator, nutritional oils, and there's lots of other benefits. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow because this is such an interesting subject, and a subject that's got, in my opinion, a lot of misunderstanding associated with it. If you've heard this program, you've heard me speak in my presentations, I think vegetable oils can be very, very healthy for you, and I know that flies in the face of what other nutritionists who I respect, are saying about oils. And we're going to cover this subject about oils tomorrow because I think it's very, very important, and it's something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now. I think this would be an appropriate time to discuss that as we're talking about NFAs and nitrofatty acids and the importance of nitrates and the relationship of nitrates to oils. We'll do that tomorrow as we continue on the bright side. Got a full board, 844-236-6010. Time to hit our phones. Let's go to David in Florida. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the bright side. How you doing, David? Good morning. David? Do we have David? David in Florida. Okay, I'm going to put David back on hold, and let's go to Jacob in Texas. What's up, Jacob? Welcome to the bright side. Okay. Jacob, you there?
Hello?
Who is this, Jacob?
Yes, hello.
How's it going, Jacob? How can I help you, buddy?
Pretty good. It's funny that you were talking about oils and their relationship and other nutritionists' point of views.
Turn your radio down, bro. We got an echo. Jacob?
Yes. Sorry,
Okay,
I'm hearing someone else in the background. I wasn't sure.
Go ahead. Now, what were you saying about oils?
Well, because I was listening to Doc Wallach, and he seems to be a huge proponent on, taking oils out of diets to help nutrition, and as well as another, I think it was Natural Health at Night on GCN.
Yeah. Who was that? Who was that?
I can't remember their names. I know they come on Monday nights, but I just can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Okay.
They were talking about how a lot of vegetable oils rancidify inside the blood, and I was just curious about your perspective.
This is very true. This is all true.
I'm a proponent of coconut oil, so that's
yes.
I wanted your opinion.
Coconut oil you don't have that problem with.
Right,
coconut oil is a stable oil. Butter is a stable oil. So the rancidity issue is not really relevant when it comes to coconut oil or butter. The rancidity issue becomes a problem when you have high-energy liquid oils like omega-6 rich oils and omega-3 rich oils, fish oil and most grain oils and seed oils. And I'm going to talk about this tomorrow, so I don't want to talk about it too much now. But the bottom line is that, yes, indeed, oils can be unstable and they can be problematic. But the fact is there's lots of good stuff in oils, too, and you don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater, in my opinion. Right. And I respect Dr. Wallach. I respect other nutritionists' opinions, not all nutritionists, but a lot of nutritionists' opinions. And you're going to have to make your own decision. But if you listen tomorrow, I'm going to present my case. I'm going to present my opinion and make a case for the fact that you definitely want to make sure that you're using oils and especially mixing your oils with vegetables. Got to take a break. I'm sorry, but hang tight and we'll get. If you had did you have a question or you just want to talk about the oils, Dave? I'm sorry, Jacob. Jacob. All right, hang tight. We're going to get to you when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Are you hungry for delicious, nutritious, rich, and satisfying home-cooked meals? Discover the Vita Clay 4-in-1 Smart Organic Cooker. Unglazed Zisha clay, an ancient secret that makes this fast multi-cooker so special. Infusing your food with incredible flavors, perfect texture, vitamins, and minerals for your good health. It's a slow cooker, rice cooker, a steamer, plus a yogurt maker. Go to VitaClayChef.com and enter promo code RADIO20 for 20% off at checkout. That's VitaClayChef.com.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average over 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE. 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
The Genesis Communications Network is one of America's premier broadcasters of captivating talk radio. We thank you for listening. Now, just imagine, there are thousands of people who are just as passionate about radio as you are. But what you may not realize is how easy and affordable it is to advertise with us. Radio commercials for your business could be heard on hundreds of radio stations across the U.S. every day. We can help you by creating an effective radio advertising campaign for your company. From script writing to producing your commercial, just like the one you're listening to right now. No other network provides the level of customer service we do. When it comes to radio advertising, we are your one-stop shop. And no matter how big or small your business is, we can help. Email us at advertise@gcnlive.com, and an experienced advertising executive will help you take the first step towards driving more customers to your business or website. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let us show you how easy and how simple good health can be. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, or the longevity products, we're here for you. 844-236-6010 is our number. Jacob in Texas, what were you going to ask me, buddy?
I was going to ask you on your opinion of, I'll ask you and then I'll hang up so you can get to other people, your opinion on lithium orotate and how
Love it. Love it.
Amazing. And just effects on, depression, on PTSD, and all kinds of general schizophrenia and bipolar.
Have you? Tell me your experience with it.
I haven't taken it yet. I've just been listening to it and researching it. Okay. I don't have any mental disorders, that I know of.
Okay. You might ask your friends.
Right. Well, I was just curious on how it relates to people with a completely or quote unquote
I take it.
balance.
I take it. I don't think I have any. I don't think I have any mental health problems. Although, like I said, you might ask sometimes our friends know more than we do about our mental health issues.
Yeah, exactly.
but
so it doesn't affect you.
It's relaxing.
Kind of negative. It's very relaxing.
It's very relaxing, and I don't take it every day, but sometimes I'll take it at night. I don't take it during the day because it is so relaxing, it makes me a little drowsy. But sometimes at night I'll take it. It's really nice stuff. And lithium is an essential nutrient. There's a lot of upside to lithium. Lithium waters have been used for centuries, really, for helping relax the body, for helping improve anxiety issues. It's basically benign, except for it will cause some drowsiness if you take too much. But I'm a big believer in it, absolutely, especially if you have a mental health issue. But even if you don't, I definitely think it's a great and valuable supplement.
All right. Okay. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Jacob. Have a good day, man. Thanks for calling. All right, David in Florida. Are you there, buddy?
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, completely exhausted from adrenal suppression, probably about 3 years, and it doesn't even show up on the labs, as you might figure. Full fight or flight mode, no sleep or fragmented sleep.
You want some help with that?
Yeah, they've prescribed Neurontin.
Because they're boneheads. Why would you put a drug in an already compromised body? David, does this make sense? What the heck are these people thinking? Neurontin, by the way, is one of the most awful of all pharmaceutical drugs, and there's lots of awful ones, and that's near the top of the list. Why the heck would somebody take a patient, why would a medical professional who's sworn to do no harm take a compromised patient who's already stressed out, who's already got problems, and now put a poison in the body that now you have to do more work to clear out, put more load on the body? This is the idiocy of the medical model. So here's the deal. First of all, whether it shows up on a test or not is really not relevant, and it just underscores what I was talking about earlier, the uselessness of diagnostics. It doesn't matter what a test tells you, David. It matters how you feel. Now, I don't know necessarily that your fatigue is an adrenal problem, although obviously if you have fatigue, the adrenal glands are going to be involved because they're your energy glands. But here's what you need to recognize, David, and everybody listening. If you have adrenal issues, they follow blood sugar issues and they follow digestive issues. You can't approach adrenal health without approaching the high blood sugar, low blood sugar roller coaster, and then ultimately digestive health issues. You want to throw in one more thing. Oxygen is also, or lack of oxygen, poor breathing techniques is also a problem when it comes to adrenal health issues. So here's what you need to do. For all adrenal health issues, number one, first and foremost, start to practice deep breathing techniques. That alone will stabilize the adrenal glands. Just that alone. Just sitting on the couch and practicing slow, deep breathing. And I emphasize the word slow. If you do it too fast, it throws everything off. So 10 or 15 seconds on the inhale, through the nose. 10 or 15 seconds on the exhale, again, through the nose. That's first and foremost. If you want to get a little help with that, go get an app called BioBreathing or My Calm Beat, which you can get off Android or get for your Android phone or for your iPhone. So that's step number one. Step number two is going to be to stabilize the blood sugar. When you go into low blood sugar, which follows high blood sugar, your adrenal glands will pick up the slack, the energy slack, and that will put another burden on the adrenal glands. So making sure you're keeping your blood sugar stable by eating more coconut oil, more protein, using nutrients that help the body process sugar. The B complex, vitamin B1 and B3 are superstar sugar metabolizing vitamins. Vitamin C can be helpful as well. Electrolytes can be very helpful for stabilizing blood sugar and also for the adrenal glands. And by the way, nutrients that help you stabilize blood sugar also tend to help you with the adrenal glands. So you'll take care of two of the causes of your adrenal health issues by using these blood sugar stabilizing techniques. Chromium, vanadium, and magnesium are all superstar sugar metabolizing nutrients. Get yourself on the sweeties, sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. More fiber, drink water after all your sweet meals, starchy meals. Drink water first thing in the morning when your blood sugar tends to be concentrated. All of these are strategies for stabilizing the blood sugar and then helping the adrenal glands. Then finally, last but most certainly not least, eliminating the entrance of toxins into the body through the digestive tract, eating less food, doing a food holiday, staying away from processed foods and toxic foods and processed fats, and doing a food diary, and especially staying away from foods that trigger digestive symptoms, loose stools, bowel movement problems, gas, bloating, constipation, etc. So you got major techniques there, none of which involve a doctor. You can do them all yourself. If you want to throw one last thing in there, there are nutrients that are specific for the adrenal glands, especially zinc and vitamin C and vitamin B12. In fact, if you're positive that you have an adrenal health issue, you may want to consider vitamin B12 shots just to make sure you're getting enough vitamin B12. As our digestive system starts to break down over time, we don't absorb our vitamin B12. So getting your B12 in injections might be a good idea. So lots of things you could do there, David, and you don't need a doctor for any of them. Just sit on your couch, practice your deep breathing, get on your Beyond Tangy Tangerine, use the sweeties, change the way you eat, and then correct any kinds of digestive health issues and eliminating problem foods, etc. That's what I'd be doing if I were you. Anything else, bro?
Sounds like common sense. Thank you.
Right? It's exactly what it is, David. It's common sense. It's not complicated. Thanks for your call, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good luck. Have a beautiful day. That's exactly what it is. It's common sense. You guys, health is common sense. Tell your doctor to get a real job and really produce something for the culture, not diagnose and prescribe you drugs and take your money. It's so unfair. It's so rude. It's so anti-humanity. And I'm not talking about individual medical professionals. Some of them are my friends, and they can be nice people. It's the model. It's the paradigm that we have bought into as a culture, that we have bought into as individuals, that says we need a doctor to take care of our adrenal health issues or whatever our health concerns are. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. Don in Georgia, what's up? Welcome to the bright side.
Hey, Ben, how you doing today?
Doing good. What's cooking, my man?
Quick question.
Yes.
What can be used for radial damage, like radial nerve damage, to rebuild, if there is anything?
Well, anything can be rebuilt, but tell me what you mean. How did you have a some kind of injury or trauma?
Years ago, I had a traumatic hit to the top of my skull, which knocked out both arms. And over the years now, I've seen that, like, if anything happens, like the other day, I took a spill and the arms went out again. And I know it's radial. When I look on the map, it says radial.
Well, it could be inflammation is what it sounds like to me. Now, it could be inflammation that's old inflammation, but chances are, if you're like most people, it's not old inflammation. It's something you're doing chronically. And I'm not saying this is you, Don, but if you're like most people, probably you're doing something over and over and over again. So what you want to do is you want to look for symptoms. This is a very important point, because if you try to address your head from a trauma, there's nothing you could do. But if you look for multiple symptoms, you might find places where you can begin to work. So it behooves you to become vigilant to digestive symptomology, blood sugar symptomology, and maybe some adrenal symptomology as well. Hang tight, Don. We'll finish up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your Youngevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
The Freeze-Dry Guy presents freeze-dried turkey, freeze-dried ham, and the no-bake casserole unit February sale. Listen, if you trust the Freeze-Dry Guy, as thousands have for their emergency food supply since 1970, don't wait to hear how great this deal is, because it's unlimited supply. Call 866-404-3663 and ask for our new turkey and ham unit. Normal retail price $359.94. Sale price $251.94. You save $108. And it's chock full of high-quality, great-tasting freeze-dried diced turkey and ham from Mountain House, the gold standard in long-term storage products. Or get the Freeze-Dry Guy's no-bake casserole unit. 153 servings per case at normal retail price of $215.94. Sale price $172.75. You save $43.19. But supplies are limited, and we always pay shipping right to your door within the lower 48 states. Call 866-404-3663 and make FreezeDryGuy.com a favorite and check for monthly specials. Don't miss the Freeze-Dry Guy's February sale. Call 866-404-3663 or visit FreezeDryGuy.com.
What good is a Big Berkey water filter?
We get that question a lot here at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And in a word, the answer is protection. Protection from water main breaks, E. coli contamination, environmental chemical spills, pesticide runoff, chlorine taste and smell, and all forms of fluoride. Plus, Big Berkey water filters are the original gravity water filter system and most trusted on the market for a reason. Tested by multiple independent NSF EPA certified labs, they are the gold standard in water purification. At only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. That means big savings. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get a Big Berkey today at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. GCN listeners receive 5% off all ceramic filter systems. Visit our website or call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
The nation's largest independently owned and operated talk radio network. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. Don in Georgia, you there, buddy?
Yes.
All right, so here's the scoop, okay? If you, the past is the past, water under the bridge. You're not going to do anything about mechanical trauma that occurred 20 years ago. But if you're like most people, there are places where you can work. And that means looking for symptoms. This is true for everybody out there who's dealing with something that occurred 20 or 30 or 10 or 5 years ago. You can't go backwards in time and fix that, but what you can do is look for locus of control, places where you have some control over your body. And that means looking for symptoms, digestive symptoms primarily. That's always the first thing to look for. Later on, you can go into blood sugar symptoms and then all the adrenal things, the relaxation techniques that we talk about all the time on the program. But first and foremost, Don, if you have any inflammation, it sounds like you still have some residual inflammation, chances are something's coming in through the digestive system. The only way to know is to look for digestive symptomology. Bloated after meals, or nausea after meals, or diarrhea, or loose stools, or constipation, or heartburn, or gas, or any of these kinds of things. Link those symptoms up to specific foods and then eliminate those foods. Then, simultaneous with these techniques is using nutrients that support digestive health, chief among which are probiotics and good bacteria. It may not seem like your nervous system or your neurology or your inflammation is related to probiotics, but it is. Via the activity of bacteria in the gut, anti-inflammatory factors are produced and healing nutrients are made and detoxification occurs. So getting on the Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night. Using fermented foods, sauerkraut, miso, tempeh, subsisting as much as you can on fermented foods, not only as a source of bacteria, but also because the nutrients that are, the foods that are processed by bacteria have their nutrients more easily accessible. Using omega-3 fats, get on the ultimate EFAs. Omega-3 fats have wonderful anti-inflammatory properties, as does vitamin E. 400 IU of vitamin E. Vitamin E is probably the most, or at least one of the top 2 or 3 of the most powerful anti-inflammatory vitamins, and folks who are working out and just have post-workout inflammation can benefit from 400 IU of vitamin E. But certainly if you have nervous system inflammation or inflammation in your nerve cells, vitamin E can be very, very important. Same with coenzyme Q10. Vitamin E and coenzyme Q10 are cousins. They're related, and it's a good idea to use both together. 400 IU of vitamin E, and maybe 100 milligrams of coenzyme Q10. And while you're at it, throw in some alpha lipoic acid, also very, very anti-inflammatory. Maybe 400 milligrams a day of alpha lipoic acid. Make sure you're using digestive enzymes with all your meals and taking a little digestive enzymes on an empty stomach. That can also have some anti-inflammatory properties with meals that'll help you digest your food and process food, eliminate the entrance of toxins into the bloodstream, so you get anti-inflammatory benefits there. But taking your bromelain and your papain and your ultimate enzymes on an empty stomach can also give you some anti-inflammatory benefits. So making sure you're doing that. And then selenium also can help you. I'd be using 400 or so micrograms of the ultimate selenium. And last but not least, your Healthy Start Pack, especially the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, most notably because of the vitamin C. Vitamin C is wonderfully anti-inflammatory. In fact, along with vitamin E, you've got your two most important anti-inflammatory vitamins, vitamin C and vitamin E. So sip on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Got lots of good stuff there, Don. Focus on symptoms, digestive support, and then your Healthy Start Pack and probiotics, etc. Thanks so much for your call. Appreciate it.
All right.
Have a great day, bro. Okay, Cindy in Santa Cruz. Welcome to the bright side. What's up, Cindy?
Hi. Well, two things. I get confused on how and when to take what supplements with what.
Don't get confused. Don't even worry about it. It's a great question, though, Cindy. Don't worry about it. There are all kinds of people who will confuse the issue. Oh, you want to take it with meals. Oh, you want to take your vitamin E with food. Oh, you want to take your vitamin C on empty stomach. Oh, your amino acids with meals. Blah, 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 blah. If you had everything completely perfect and you were 100% full with all your supplements and your nutrients, you had no digestive problems, maybe if you want to fine-tune your program, then you take certain things with nutrients and certain things with food and certain things without. But for most people, it's not an issue. Don't worry about it, my opinion.
Okay, and another question. My husband gets sometimes real bloodshot eyes, and he gets sometimes a red, like, you know, the lower lip of your eye, your eyelid?
Yeah.
Where your eyes come out, that little rim. What's it mean when that's
That means he's
red?
toxic. Nobody just has this. That's a great question, Cindy. And listen to my answer. It's very important, and it's not just for you. It's for people, everybody listening. You don't just have an eye problem. I got a call yesterday from a guy with macular degeneration. I said the same thing. The macula is a little tiny area right in the center of your eye. Nobody breaks down in a little tiny center of their eye. Nobody breaks down just in a little a millimeter of tissue that's underneath the eye. You don't break down that way. You know what I'm saying, Cindy? Those are just symptoms of a breakdown. Congestion in the eye or problems with the circulation of the eye or changes in the blood vessels in the eye, as in redness. All of these are signs of toxicity, especially if it occurs first thing in the morning, by the way, when we tend to be more toxic because we've been laying down all night. You know what I'm saying, Cindy? Does it happen first thing in the morning? Does he notice it first thing in the morning? That's usually when people will have these kinds of problems. In any case, Cindy, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, look at toxicity. Now, how are you going to know? Well, you got to find other symptoms. Most especially, Cindy, I don't know how long you've been listening to this program, but at the risk of boring you and repeating myself, look for digestive symptoms first. Then stabilize the blood sugar, then work on the adrenal glands, relaxing the body. So first and foremost, we got to look at digestive toxicity. If you know anything about iridology, which is the science of studying the eyes and its relationship to health, you'll know, or they'll tell you, that there's a very important link between the colon and the intestines and the eyes. And very often problems, according to iridologists anyway, problems with circulation in the eyes, as in redness of the eyes, etc., are connected to colon toxicity. And I'm not an iridologist, but I'm just telling you from a common sense perspective, toxicity in the body can show up as circulatory problems in the eye, which will follow issues with the digestive system. Focus on digestive health. Do a food diary, eliminate problem foods, and then use nutrients that support digestive health. The Biolumin Nightly Essence, apple cider vinegar after meals, the ultimate enzymes, the Fucoidan Z or the Z Radical can also give you some digestive support, and then making sure he's on the Healthy Start Pack. Sugar is a toxin. In addition to messing up your blood sugar, starches and sweets and desserts, etc., also act as a toxin once there's too much sugar in the blood. So making sure he's stabilizing his blood sugar is another important strategy. He may want to consider a fast. resensitizing his body to resensitizing his insulin. That's number one. And also eliminating toxicity. So do a Swear V cleanse for a day or two. I guarantee you, Cindy, if he does a fast for a day or two or a Swear V cleanse, he'll notice an immediate improvement in his eye health. Immediate. Within 1 or 2 days, his eyes will improve. So just by eliminating the entrance of toxins into the body and reducing sugar intake. Doing slow, deep breathing techniques may also help him. That will help circulation throughout the body and will also help relax the body. Sit on the couch and do your slow, deep breathing, or have him do slow, deep breathing 10 or 15 seconds in through the nose, 10 or 15 seconds out through the nose. And as I was saying to Jacob, I believe earlier, if you get an app called Bio Breathing or My Calm Beat, that will help tutor you through the breathing process. So lots of things to do there, Cindy, but most importantly, nobody has just an eye problem. The eye problem, the circulatory problem in the eye, is reflective of some other health condition that's underlying, and you got to find what that is to correct the problem around the eye. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you. When are you coming back to Santa Cruz?
I should be back in Santa Cruz within the next, hopefully in the next 2 months, within the next 4 to 8 weeks. Got to move. I want to take a couple more calls real quick. Okay, Cindy?
Thanks, bye.
Thanks so much. All right, Wes in Idaho. Got about a minute. What's cooking, my friend?
Yes, Pharmacist Ben, before I ask you about Dr. Andrew Wakefield and his exoneration, I wanted to compliment and thank you for taking the call about Kent Hovind yesterday. And I want to point out a few details. The second plank of the Communist Manifesto is income tax. Kent Hovind has spent 8 years so far in jail on 12 counts of
Structuring, right? Was that you telling me about the structuring?
That's one. Not withholding from his independent contractors, and yes, structuring 45 counts of withdrawing less than
That's just going to make me mad, Wes. I don't even want to talk. That just makes me mad. And by the way, structuring is a scandalous crime that's associated with paying less. Just kind of like fudging around the details. So in other words, the legal system has figured out a way to criminalize people who aren't even criminal, who are just kind of fudging around the system. Wes, the music is playing and I got to go, buddy. So if you call first thing tomorrow, if you call tomorrow, I'll get you first up. I apologize, Wes. I just got to move on. I only get an hour on the program, and it's never enough time, but that's just how it is. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening, folks. Check out my website, brightsideben.com, and I'd love to have you on the Brightside Ben team. Call 866-735-2470. Tell them you want to join the Brightside Ben team. Have yourselves a wonderful, spectacular day, friends. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
It's no secret that government and big business buy in bulk and get huge discounts not available to the little guy. Until now. Introducing a breakthrough crowd buying website where people can join together, buy in bulk, and get massive discounts on millions of popular products. It's TogetherSave.com. TogetherSave.com. You can save 20, 30, or even 50% off tablets, smartphones, cars, appliances, textbooks, sports equipment, video games, and much more. All with free delivery. Check it out. TogetherSave.com. Visit now and start group buying today at TogetherSave.com.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Walland Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Walland Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall and Associates, 1-800-425-4610.